Welcome to the European Association for Higher Education Advancement's YouTube and podcast channel. Today,
Oh,
we're tackling a question that's both exciting
yeah.
and maybe a little daunting. How do you actually choose the right university?
Mm.
We're going on a deep dive into some great resources from the European Association for Higher Education Advancement
All right.
to help you make that decision.
It's funny. You'd think with all the rankings and lists out there, picking a university would be easy.
You would think.
But the truth is, the best university for one person might be a terrible fit for another.
Okay, so where do we even begin with this process? The sources keep mentioning self-reflection,
Yeah.
but what does that actually look like in practice?
It's about digging deeper than just, I want to study biology. Think about what kind of learning environment you thrive in.
Right.
Do you love lively debates
Oh, yeah.
and bouncing ideas off classmates? Or do you prefer quiet study sessions and one-on-one time with professors?
So like knowing if you're more of a collaborative learner versus someone who needs that super focused independent study time.
Exactly. And it goes beyond academics, too.
Okay.
Imagine yourself on campus.
Yeah.
Are you picturing buzzing student unions, late-night study sessions with friends, or maybe joining a sports team? Or are you drawn to a smaller, more close-knit community where you can really connect with your professors and classmates on a personal level?
This is making me think back to my own university days.
Oh, really?
I definitely went for the big, bustling campus experience, but I had friends who thrived at smaller universities
Right.
where they got to know their professors really well.
And those personal connections can be invaluable, especially when it comes to things like research opportunities
Oh, yeah.
or even just getting extra help with challenging material.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so we've done some soul searching. We've got a sense of our ideal learning environment. What's next on this university quest?
Now's the time to get real about those grades.
Oh, okay.
Look, we all have dream schools,
Huh.
but it's crucial to be honest about where you stand academically.
Yeah, I learned that lesson the hard way.
Oh, really?
I was convinced I was going to be an astrophysicist, but
Wow.
my math scores had other ideas.
Okay.
It's all about finding that sweet spot
Right.
between ambition and realistic expectations.
Absolutely. And while you're checking your grades,
Yeah.
start thinking about what you might want to do after university.
Ooh, good point.
Your future career goals play a huge role in choosing the right program.
The sources made a really good point about this. Not all degrees are created equal in the eyes of employers.
Right. Let's say you're passionate about fashion and dream of working in design. A degree from a university renowned for its fashion program with alumni who are now leading designers
Right.
would be a huge asset.
That's like, yeah, you could study fashion anywhere, but if you're serious about breaking into that competitive industry,
Yeah.
a degree from a top program carries a lot of weight.
And don't underestimate the power of networking.
Oh, yeah.
Those connections you make at university with professors and fellow students can open doors throughout your career.
Absolutely. So we've got our academic profile sorted. We've got a career path in mind. Now what? Do we start throwing darts at a map to pick a location?
Not quite, but location is a big factor.
All right.
Think about the kind of lifestyle you want.
Right.
Are you drawn to the excitement of a big city with museums, theaters, and a vibrant social scene?
Oh, I love that.
Or do you prefer a quieter,
Yeah.
more laid-back environment?
This one's tough because it's so personal. I thrived in the hustle and bustle of a city campus, but I had friends who felt overwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
They were much happier in universities in smaller towns with a more close-knit community vibe.
And let's be real, location also ties into one of the biggest considerations for most students, cost.
The elephant in the room? The sources broke this down into two main categories, tuition fees and cost of living.
Tuition fees can vary wildly even within the same country.
Yeah.
For example, in the UK,
Right.
studying in London is significantly more expensive than studying in other parts of the country.
And then there's the cost of living on top of that.
Exactly.
Rent, food, transportation, it all adds up. The sources use the example of Oxford, which is notoriously expensive, even compared to London.
It's important to be realistic about what you can afford.
Right.
Don't let yourself fall in love with a university that would leave you drowning in debt. There are resources like scholarships and grants, but even with those, you need to budget carefully.
So we've considered our personality, our academic goals, location, and the ever-present cost factor.
Right.
Feels like we've covered a lot. Where do we go from here?
Now comes the fun part. You've narrowed down your options. You've got a short list of universities that tick all the boxes. So really dig in and do some in-depth research.
I love this part.
Oh, yeah.
It's like being a detective. But where do you even start? I remember feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information out there.
The sources recommend starting with the university websites, of course.
Okay.
But don't just skim the surface. Look beyond the glossy photos and marketing speak.
Yeah, those brochures can be pretty, well, aspirational, shall we say.
Exactly. Look for specific details about the programs you're interested in.
Okay.
What modules are offered?
Right.
Who are the professors? What kind of research are they involved in?
This is where your future career goals come back into play. The sources talk about looking at the university's track record for placing graduates in your chosen field.
Right. Do they have strong industry connections?
Oh, yeah.
Do they offer internships or work placements? These are all things that can give you a real edge in a competitive job market.
It's like, yeah, you're getting a degree.
Right.
But you also want to make sure the degree is actually going to open doors for you down the line.
Absolutely. And while you're on the university website, check out the student blogs and social media accounts.
Ooh, good idea.
These can give you a real feel for the student experience.
It's that insider perspective that you don't get from the official marketing materials.
Yeah.
What are students actually saying about the university, the professors, the social life?
And speaking of social life, don't forget about extracurricular activities.
Right.
Do they have clubs or societies that align with your interests? This is a great way to meet people with similar passions and make the most of your university experience.
It's not all about hitting the books right.
Yeah.
University is also about exploring new things.
Yeah.
Making connections and having fun.
Exactly. And one of the best ways to get a feel for a university is to actually visit it.
Oh, yeah, the famous open day.
Yes.
I remember being so excited to tour campuses, sit in on lectures, and just soak up the atmosphere.
Open days are invaluable. You get to see the campus firsthand.
Yeah.
Talk to current students and ask professors questions.
It's like, okay, the website looks amazing.
Right.
But does it actually feel right when you're there in person?
Precisely. You'll get a sense of the campus vibe,
Right.
the teaching style, the overall culture. And don't be afraid to go off script. Talk to students in the cafeteria. Wander around the library. Visit the student union.
Like that vibe check, as the kids say. But even after all that research, those campus visits, it can still feel overwhelming to actually make a decision.
The sources offer a really interesting tip for this final stage of the process. They say, imagine you could ask one question to a current student at your top choice university.
Okay, well.
What would that question be?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
It forces you to think about what truly matters to you.
Right.
Is it about the academic rigor, the social scene, the support services?
Exactly. That one question can reveal a lot about your priorities and help you clarify whether that university is truly the right fit.
So to recap, we've gone from self-reflection to researching university websites, checking out student perspectives, considering the all-important location and cost factors, and finally putting ourselves in the shoes of a current student.
It's a journey.
Phew. It's been quite a journey.
And remember, the European Association for Higher Education Advancement offers a wealth of resources to help you navigate this process.
That's right.
Their website has detailed information about different universities, degree programs, and even financial aid options.
We're like that wise mentor who's always got your back. Yeah. Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive, let's go back to that thought-provoking question.
What one question would you ask a current student at your top choice university?
Take some time to really ponder that. It might just unlock the answer you've been searching for. And as you're pondering that question, remember, this is your journey.
It is.
There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to choosing a university. It's all about finding the best fit for you.
Yeah.
Your learning styles, your goals, and your aspirations.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone. The European Association for Higher Education Advancement is there every step of the way.
Exactly. They've got tons of resources on their website, from detailed university profiles to articles about student life and even financial aid guides.
It's a great resource.
It's like having a personal university advisor right in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't forget to check out their YouTube channel and social media platforms for even more tips and insights. They've got videos about everything from writing a killer personal statement to navigating student housing options.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of university choices, here's my final piece of advice. Trust your gut. You've done the research, you've weighed the pros and cons, you asked the tough questions. Now it's time to listen to that inner voice and make the decision that feels right for you.
Choosing a university is a big decision, but it's also an incredibly exciting one. It's the start of a new chapter filled with possibilities for growth, learning, and discovery. Embrace the journey and enjoy the ride.
And remember, the European Association for Higher Education Advancement is there to support you every step of the way. Good luck with your university search, and we hope to see you on campus soon.
Please don't forget to follow the European Association for Higher Education Advancement on YouTube and social media.